Welcome to the Core Connections podcast on YouTube. Hey, I'm Erica Zeal. I'm a nutrition coach, Pilates instructor, fashion worker, mom of 3, creator of the Core Rehab program, Core Athletica, instructor training programs, and the Nocta Fitness membership. And my Core Connections podcast is designed so that I can help share information with you to help improve your quality of life. So tune in to this episode. Today's quote of the day is, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Thank you, Henry Ford, for that incredible quote, which I have said before, and you'll hear me say it again, I'm sure. But I love it because today I want to dive in and talk about mindset. It's really incredible what we are capable of, physically, emotionally, in our personal life, their business, whatever it is, when we really focus on how we're actually thinking about the things that we're doing or the things that are happening to us in our life. And it really comes back to our mindsets. So again, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And it's so true, and I've noticed it a lot in my personal life, in my professional and business as well, because if we constantly tell ourselves that this is going to be hard, or this is really hard, or this sucks, all that, then yeah, it is. It's probably not going to get a lot easier, because when we're constantly saying those negative things to ourselves, then we're constantly setting ourselves up for negativity, right? But if we flip that switch and we focus on the positive things, even in a maybe not amazing situation, but we say, what can we make or take or learn from this situation? And we focus on maybe the outcome of that and the positivity of that, then all of a sudden we're switching in what we're looking at, right? It's the glass half full, half empty, that process. And we've all heard that, and it's not the first time you're hearing about mindset, but I'm here to help remind you of that. And there's some things that we can do to help in this. And one big thing is just anytime you get a negative thought that comes into your mind, or you catch yourself wanting to think something negative, or like, oh my gosh, this sucks, or blah, 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 whatever it is, like just become aware of it, right? You hear me talk about awareness a lot with other things as well, movement and all of that. Well, it's the same thing with mindset. It's about just becoming aware of, okay, I'm thinking more negative thoughts than I'd like to, and maybe those negative thoughts are impacting the outcome of how I feel about my life or my body or my business or whatever it is, right? So if we can become aware of that, and every time we start to get that negative thought and be like, okay, negative thought, you suck, go away, and instantly kind of flip that switch and think, okay, what is a positive in the situation? And so that's kind of initial thing, is just becoming aware of it. Now, moving forward, talking about positivity, and not every day is going to be absolutely amazing, and not everything's always going to be positive, but we do the best we can at finding the silver lining and the positive things in our day and in our life that we can focus on. It's about shifting what our focus becomes on and what it is that we want out of life, or what it is we want out of, say, a goal, for instance, whether if you're, doing, for instance, like my Core Rehab program, and you're like, okay, I want to heal my diastasis, my pelvic floor. I want to stop having aches and pains in my back. Well, instead of just focusing on, okay, I'm having aches and pains in my back, or I'm not connecting my deep core the way that I want it to, let's focus on what we want, okay? If we don't want the pain, then let's focus on not having pain. Let's focus on connecting and visualizing, something that I want to make sure that I talk about today with this positivity and mindset, is visualizing what it is you want. And the visualizing with the positivity is really, really where you're going to see and feel such a drastic improvement in your life. Again, whether it's a physical aspect, an emotional aspect, something that you want from a relationship or in your business, whatever it is, it works the same with everything. And I can't stress this enough, because I've noticed such a difference in how I approach things. It can really help to decrease stress, and it obviously can help to improve the quality of your life, so you're moving things in a good direction. And at the end of the day, we really need to focus on how we are treating ourselves and our body, and again, our mindset, because our mind drives a lot of what's happening in our body. There is a a fascial connection between our mind and our body. There is. And so the way we think about our body, or the way we're thinking about certain things, can affect the way that we feel, and we feel pain and we feel emotion. Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into that today, but there is a correlation there. So if we instantly, anytime we get really stressed and think about something negative, our body can tense. So the better that we get at not allowing that stress and that tension to happen as often, then our body can start to also relax a little bit easier. And you might notice the little bit of that just shifting, that when you do focus on what it is you want, whatever it is, even if it's, say, for instance, wanting to eat a little bit healthier. So say one day you caved in, you had a cheeseburger and a beer. Who cares? Okay, so you did it. Don't focus on the fact that you had it and you don't feel good from it. Focus on, you know what? Don't feel great, so let's not do that again and move forward. Okay, if we're always focusing on moving forward, the positive, and say, okay, next time I'm going to make a healthier choice, and it's okay. So we have to stop beating ourselves up for anything negative that does happen in our life, whether it's in or out of your control. Okay, so again, the cheeseburger beer situation, and I talk about it in my nutrition program because I think it's so important that, you know what? Who cares if you slip up? Who cares if you mess up? We all have bad days and rough times, but it's all about how we shift our mindset and respond to those negative things that happen in our life, or the maybe not so great choices or decisions that we've made, knowing that you can, when you become more aware of that, moving forward and be like, okay, don't feel so great, so next time I'm going to make a healthier choice. Or next time I'm going to focus more on the positive of this situation, and I want to start to visualize what it is you want out of whatever the situation is. Okay, so again, whether it's trying to get rid of aches and pains in your body or wanting to eat a little bit healthier, it's not about just saying, I've got to do this, 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 and this. It's not just about the to-do list. It's about shifting the way we're thinking about what it is we need to do and visualizing what it is that you want out of life. So I'm going to wrap that up with that, and I challenge you to pick one thing today that when you have a negative thought come in, I want you to just be like, oh, I'm aware of it, and I'm going to think something positive. I'm going to start to visualize what it is I want to move forward in my life. So thank you so much for tuning in. I would love for you to share this with a friend and pop on iTunes and leave me a review. Thank you so much.